Alright, here's going to be a test. Card cleaner directly into the throttle body, directly into the intake. Starting the car without the ignition switch, so the key is in the on position. The key is in the on position. And I'm going to touch a wrench to the starter solenoid. So what that does is it takes the ignition switch out of the equation. And on top of throttle, the injector cleaner or the throttle body cleaner directly into the intake, taking the ignition switch, touching a wrench to the starter solenoid. Also going to be holding the throttle wide open. I've already done this, I know the results, so I'm just doing this for the video. So the key is in the on position. I'm going to start hit the starter solenoid, injector cleaner, the throttle body cleaner's in here already. Throttle is held all the way open. Nothing. Just huffing and puffing. Now if I do the same, open throttle body. Spray some in there. Put this back on so the mass airflow will work. And then I'm going to turn the key instead. You got to put the wire back on there. All I get is huffs and puffs, nothing else. Now, might as well add this into the video. I'll hurry up and plug this, plug the inertia switch back in. That way we can watch the fuel pressure, see what it does. Alright, hopefully it doesn't move. Obviously it's been sitting overnight, so there's no pressure. Okay, let's see what that brought it up to. Brought up right at 30 psi. So now I will pull the vacuum hose out, which I'm not sure if this even matters because the car's not running. But I've just pulled the vacuum hose off the intake for the fuel pressure regulator, which is the stock one. Let's see. Still at 30. And it doesn't look like any fuel came out of there. Out of the fuel pressure regulator. So I guess that's good. Let me just try. Let me just try it from. I'll get the distributor loose so I can activate it myself so I can watch it myself. Alright, so no difference between pulling the vacuum hose or anything, obviously, because the car isn't running. So there it is. There's the next part of my little escapade, I guess you could say, because I pulled it, squared directly in there, still wouldn't fire. I do have spark. Well, let's do this. Might as well, since I'm still on video, this test that Joel asked me to do. Hopefully I don't freaking get shocked. Let me find my gloves real quick. Alright, Joel asked me to hold the coil wire away from the ignition coil while I turn the distributor to see what it does. That's probably right on the rubber. It's probably about as far as you can get. Oh, fucking shit. Well, I got spark, obviously. Holy shit. Glutton for punishment, so I'll do it one more time. I think I was just grounding my hand out or something. I'm too fucking scared to do it. Alright, you can obviously see it jumping. It looks like it's jumping to the wires that I have laid down here, because the wires laid down here are for my gauge, my aftermarket gauges that I have laying up there, so I can monitor oil pressure and coolant temperature. But god damn, it hurt. Spark at the ignition coil. Spraying throttle body cleaner directly in the intake does really nothing. And check the fuel pressure like I was asked to by pulling off the vacuum hose off of the fuel pressure regulator, which is stock. Anymore, I'm totally lost. Starting to think that maybe the valve train is too tight, and maybe that's preventing it from starting. I'm not sure why that would prevent it from starting in the first place, but especially when it's already started. But if anybody has anything else they'd like me to try, I mean, obviously nothing I'm trying is working. Thanks, guys.